Amid the Houthi confrontation with Saudi Arabia, a key Arab ally of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, an Iran-bound flight declaring an emergency over Turkey has raised fresh regional security concerns. The Iran-bound aircraft reportedly declared an emergency while flying through Turkish airspace, prompting alarm as tensions across the Middle East remain elevated. The incident came soon after reports of a U.S. fighter jet declaring an emergency over Saudi Arabia, adding to concerns over mounting aviation and military risks in the region. An Airbus A310 flying from Istanbul to Tehran declared an emergency while operating over Turkish airspace, triggering concern over the Iran-bound flight safety. The flight that declared a general emergency was operated by Iran's Taban Airlines, which has recently returned an Airbus A310 aircraft to service. Iran International reported the incident on August 25, citing flight tracking data that showed the aircraft broadcasting an emergency signal while heading toward Tehran. The aircraft transmitted the international emergency code 7700 while descending in the Ankara area, indicating that its crew had declared a general emergency. The signal suggested that the aircraft could be preparing for a diversion or unscheduled landing, although the exact reason for the emergency was not immediately confirmed. The nature of the emergency remained unclear at the time of the report, with no immediate information released about a technical malfunction, medical incident, or other cause. Code 7700 is used by pilots to alert ground radar and air traffic controllers to a general in-flight emergency, allowing authorities to prioritize the aircraft and coordinate an urgent response. This came after a U.S. F-35 fighter jet made an emergency landing at a regional American airbase following a combat mission over Iran, although reports did not establish that it was flying through Saudi airspace. A U.S. F-35 reportedly declared an emergency while flying through Saudi airspace, according to a report by Iran's Tasnim news agency. The fighter reportedly crossed into Jordanian airspace while seeking a location where it could make an emergency landing. Regional reports said the F-35 activated the international 7700 emergency transponder code during its flight. The fighter was reportedly heading toward Jordan's Muwafaq al-Salti Air Base, which hosts U.S. military aircraft. Initial reports did not reveal what caused the emergency or whether the aircraft suffered any damage during the incident. The condition of the F-35 and its pilot also remained unclear, with no confirmed details on the aircraft's final status. The 7700 code signals a general aircraft emergency, but it does not reveal whether the problem involved systems, fuel, or other issues. The incident comes after Iran previously claimed it had shot down an F-35 during the early weeks of its conflict with the U.S. Meanwhile, Houthi forces also claimed to have shot down another Saudi drone as fighting and tensions continue to escalate. Houthi forces claimed they shot down a Saudi reconnaissance drone over northwestern Yemen on August 23, according to reports. The Houthi-run Saba news agency said the drone was downed over Hajj province, near Yemen's border with Saudi Arabia. A Houthi military source claimed the drone was brought down using what it called an appropriate weapon, without giving further details. The claim came days after the Houthis reported 2 drone attacks inside Saudi Arabia's Najran region. Houthi spokesperson Yahya Saree said one drone targeted Najran Airport, while another targeted an Aramco facility in the region. Saree claimed both attacks achieved their objectives, but did not provide evidence or details on any damage caused. The Houthis said the attacks were carried out in response to alleged Saudi drone incursions over northern Yemen. Houthi media released footage claiming to show a drone strike on a Saudi M1A2S Abrams tank in Yemen's Marib region. The video appeared to show a Rajam quadcopter dropping ammunition onto the tank at what was described as a forward position. The footage showed an explosion followed by a fire that appeared to engulf the armored vehicle, although the damage could not be independently verified. The M1A2S is a Saudi-specific version of the US-built M1A2 Abrams main battle tank, adapted for Saudi military requirements. Saudi Arabia had requested upgrades to its Abrams fleet to the M1A2S standard in 2006, according to reports on the program. Rajam was one of several drone systems publicly identified by the Houthis as part of their growing unmanned weapons arsenal. The Houthis have targeted Saudi Abrams tanks with anti-tank missiles several times since the Saudi-led intervention in Yemen began in 2015. The claimed drone strike highlighted the Houthis' growing use of unmanned systems to attack heavily armored vehicles and other battlefield targets. Yemen's internationally recognized government has issued a stark claim amid rising tensions, warning of a possible Houthi move near Bab al-Mandeb. The government's information minister claimed Houthi rebels are plotting to seize territory near Bab al-Mandeb, potentially expanding their strategic reach. The minister told AFP that the Iran-backed proxy is seeking to expand its presence along Yemen's Red Sea coast and nearby strategic areas. If true, the move could give the Houthis tighter control over the crucial shipping route, raising concerns for regional trade and security. The Houthis could also threaten Saudi Arabia's oil exports by placing greater pressure on the Red Sea route, adding another layer to the crisis. Yemen's information minister said, and I quote, "The Houthi militia is working to create the conditions for seizing control of the Bab el-Mandeb Strait by expanding its presence along the western coast and attempting to control strategic Yemeni islands in the Red Sea, potentially strengthening its position around the vital waterway." The Houthi strategy is visible through repeated targeting of ports, docks, civilian infrastructure, ships and government naval capabilities. End quote. The Houthis do not control the Bab al-Mandeb coastal areas, but they do hold the key Yemeni port city of Hodeidah. Yemen's port city of Mocha has also been bearing the heavy brunt of Houthi missile and drone attacks, intensifying pressure along the Red Sea coast. A member of Yemen's national resistance forces alleged that the Houthis want to establish a strategic foothold near Bab al-Mandeb, according to AFP.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.